Welcome to HackAware. For the purpose of this investigation, we're going to be referring to Triumph Media House Inc. as the TM investment scheme. And today, we're digging into the one question that seems to be on everyone's mind in Sri Lanka. Is this a real, legitimate investment platform, or is it something much, much more dangerous? We're going to break it all down, look at the patterns, and give you a really clear-eyed analysis.
Okay, so before we get into the thick of it, I need you to just pause for a second, especially if you're already part of this scheme. You might be feeling a little defensive right now, and hey, I get it. You've probably seen some money come in, maybe a friend you really trust brought you into it. All I ask is that for the next few minutes, you approach this with an open mind. Look, our goal here is really simple. It's harm reduction. This is not about mocking anyone, it's not about threats, it's not about fear. We are here to show you some observable patterns. Patterns that have shown up again and again in these big financial schemes all over the world. Our only intention is to give you clarity. And let's start by being real about what's happening on the ground. People are getting paid. There's no doubt about it. The platform seems to be growing like crazy, and the community trust, it's high. You see the photos, the physical rewards being shared. We are not disputing any of that. What you're experiencing feels completely real and legitimate.
But, and this is so important, this is the lesson that history has taught us the hard way. The exact moment a high-risk financial scheme feels the safest, when the money is flowing and everyone is confident, that is precisely when the danger is at its absolute peak. It's the moment when skepticism just disappears and people start pouring more and more money back in.
So to really understand why that feeling of safety can be so deceptive, we need to look back at a huge historical example, OneCoin. This wasn't some small-time thing, it was a massive global scam. And believe me, its story holds some critical lessons for what might be happening in Sri Lanka right now.
At its height, OneCoin looked totally unstoppable. The payouts were like clockwork, they held these huge events, they gave out awards, they even did charity work. And if you dared to question any of it, oh, you were just a hater. You just didn't get it. This feeling of being part of something real and successful is an incredibly powerful, and often very misleading, part of the whole cycle.
And that right there, that gets the absolute heart of the problem. You see, OneCoin didn't fall apart because it was a bad business idea. It collapsed because its entire structure, just like every Ponzi scheme, was built on one thing: a never-ending flow of new money from new people to pay the people who got in earlier. The second that flow of new recruits even slows down, the whole thing is mathematically guaranteed to fail.
The failure of OneCoin was literally coded into its DNA. So keeping that history in mind, let's put the TM investment scheme under the microscope. We're going to objectively check its design against 4 well-established red flags for financial fraud. This isn't about feelings or opinions. This is about mechanics and structure.
Okay, red flag number 1, deposit-based earning. In these high-risk schemes, your ability to make money is tied directly to how much cash you put in up front, not how much work you do. And what do we see with the TM scheme? Exactly that. You have to pay a deposit to play. If you want to earn more, you have to deposit more. Your income is based on your payment level, not your actual output. That is a huge distinction.
And this isn't just theory, right? Look at the actual numbers they use. V1 costs 7,800 LKR for a fixed daily payout. You want to get to V3? That's going to be a 90,000 LKR deposit for a higher fixed payout. The model couldn't be clearer. Your return is based on your capital. That's a classic money redistribution model, not a real sustainable business.
All right, warning sign number 2, they show you your earnings in advance. High-risk schemes absolutely love promising you predictability. They say, you put in X amount, you will get Y amount every single day. And the TM scheme does this, showing these really stable, uniform returns. But just think about it for a second. What legitimate business on earth can guarantee you fixed returns without having a transparent, verifiable way of making money from the outside world? That kind of predictability without any transparency is a massive, massive red flag.
Let's move to the third sign, and you'll see how these all start to connect. Expansion through personal networks. These fragile systems need a constant stream of new people to keep the whole thing afloat. So in the TM scheme, how do you join? A link from a friend. And what's encouraged? Team building. Now look, to be clear, referral programs themselves aren't illegal, but when you combine them with deposit-based earnings, you create a really dangerous dependency where the entire structure is built on recruiting your friends and family.
And the fourth and final red flag, this one is all about psychology. It's using tangible rewards to build credibility. Giving out physical gifts like phones or doing public charity events makes the whole operation feel real, trustworthy, and generous. These things are incredibly powerful for building loyalty. But here's the key. They do absolutely nothing to prove where the money to pay participants is actually coming from.
So, we've laid out the 4 big red flags. Now we have to ask the really hard question. What happens when a system that's built like this fails? Because it's not a mystery. The path to collapse is incredibly predictable, and the fallout, it can be absolutely devastating. When that flow of new money finally slows down, the collapse is sudden. It's not a gentle decline. It's like a switch is flipped. One day, the app, the website, it's just gone. The WhatsApp groups go silent, the anonymous operators vanish into thin air, and every cent left in that system is lost for good. And then the anger. It doesn't go up to the invisible owners. It goes sideways, to the people you know.
Which brings us to what might be the most important question of all. When all the dust settles and the money is gone, who actually gets held accountable for all of those losses? The accountability falls on local people. The victims, the police, they don't waste time chasing anonymous operators they'll never find overseas. No, they go after the people they know. The friend who sent them the registration link, the local community leader who held the meetings, the person in their own town who looked them in the eye and promised them this was safe. The risk becomes deeply, deeply personal.
And we're not just talking about awkward conversations with your neighbors. The legal risk here is very real and very serious. Under Sri Lankan law, promoting these kinds of unlicensed investment schemes can lead to actual criminal charges. And once people have lost their money, saying, "I didn't know it was a scam," provides very little protection, especially if you were making money while you were encouraging others to get in.
Okay, I know that was a lot to take in, and it is heavy stuff, but we're not just here to sound the alarm. We want to shift gears now and talk about a path to safety. This last part is all about concrete, actionable steps you can take right now to reduce the potential harm to yourself and the people you care about.
So, if you're currently in the scheme, the advice is straightforward. Number 1, stop reinvesting. Do not put another rupee in. Number 2, reduce your exposure. If it's possible, try to pull out your initial funds. Do it cautiously, do it quietly. And number 3, be realistic. Please, do not plan your financial future based on the income this system is projecting.
Now, if you are someone who has been promoting this or recruiting people, this is especially for you, and the advice is much more urgent. First, stop all promotion and recruitment immediately. Your legal and social risk is growing every single day. Second, warn the people you brought in. Let them know about the risks that you now understand. And finally, you might want to consider filing a formal complaint yourself. It sounds strange, I know, but it can be a way to show good faith down the line if things go bad.
I just want to leave you with this one last thought. Just because you are getting paid today, that does not make the system legitimate. And just because everyone around you believes in it, that does not make it safe. Collective belief has never, ever stopped a financially broken system from collapsing under its own weight. Please, think very carefully about the structure we've talked about today, make your own decisions, and do what you can to protect the people around you. Stay sharp, stay safe, stay HackAware.